And we are back. I understand we have a couple of phone calls coming in. I believe the first one was Mary, and she had a question about, I think, something to do with fence and a survey being off. Mary, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I have a couple questions. Where does the fence go now when you put one up? Because I know you used to like be a foot inside the line or something like that. And then the second question was, I have a couple different surveys, and there's like a 20-foot discrepancy from a point, and the very last survey they could not find that first one that was put down. And what do you do about a discrepancy on, where the line is?
And these are two great questions. Again, this is why we have Brandon Berg here for property law questions. I think the first one might be easier. So where do you place the fence relative to the property line?
So a little bit depends on the nature of the property and how big the property is, and not to get too technical, but the closer the homes and the more certain you are about the line, the closer your fence line can be to that. I mean, 6 inches is probably going to be about the least you want to do, but if you have a larger parcel of property that's half acre or so, a foot inside the line, 2 feet inside the line.
It's not going to make too much of a difference in that situation.
Right, but there's also, you can imagine some of the neighborhoods here in Panama City and Panama City Beach where the lots are very close together, and if you all of a sudden build your fence 2 feet in, you got a little bit of an issue. So, somewhere along those lines, Mary, I'll be honest with you, to tell you a 20-foot discrepancy on a property line is a pretty big variance there. And I don't know if it's from multiple surveyors or just the calls are dated. But ultimately, you'd get down and you'd find the one that's the most reliable and go with that. I mean, you kind of go to this battle of the experts, so to speak. You hire the surveyors, you find the best one that you can, you go with them, and then if somebody disputes that, they go get their own surveyor. Then ultimately, you decide on that way. But 20 feet's pretty wide. It makes me wonder if something's a little deeper down in there.
It almost sounds like, I hate to say it, it's the simple, almost like it's a typo or something. Somebody might be misreading one
Perhaps.
or the other or surveys, unless there was some other transaction.
Sure.
So if it's something that big, do you contact a surveyor or do you contact an attorney in that situation? Because that seems like a very substantial difference to reconcile.
Yeah, I mean, you would in order to understand that there's a 20-foot discrepancy, you probably need more than one survey. I would take both surveys to your attorney and say, hey, help us figure this out.
Okay.